Kia ora koutou, no mai haere mai, and welcome to Frogs on Friday. On today's show in Mahi Media, we'll be looking at hiring confidence versus job seeker confidence. So some interesting things happening in the employment landscape this year for sure. We'll go through some of our hot jobs across New Zealand, Australia, and the UK. And we're joined today by recruitment consultant Manish Ravikumar to discuss the release of Frog Recruitment's latest employment and salary trends report, the 2024 P2P post. And we'll go into how it can help you and your team delve into the future of recruitment, job seeker expectations, as well as company culture to ensure that you're making the right decisions in 2024. And as always, we will finish off with the social media poll results. So let's crack into it and jump into Mahi Media. Okay, so today I really wanted to be able to give you a sneak peek into the type of insights that you can expect from the P2P post. The consultants at Frog each have their favourite pages in the post, and I always like to look at the comparisons between job seeker and hiring manager perceptions, where there can often be a little bit of a mismatch there. So there's a few things to take out from the data looking at hiring confidence versus job seeker confidence. So if we take a look at this first graph here, so 67% of hiring managers rated their confidence in finding talent between a 6 and an 8. So confidence is on the positive end of the scale, which is good. But at the same time, I'd say that managers aren't thinking that it's going to be a breeze to recruit either. And if you look at the market, this makes sense with what we're seeing. So the influx of migrants at the end of 2023 meant that there are a lot more applicants to choose from. But of course, that doesn't necessarily mean that our areas of skill shortages are now covered. On the other hand, if we take a look at the job seeker confidence index, confidence is extremely high. So I think that there's likely to be a bit of a reality check in this space as job seekers start to face more competition for jobs, and we're already seeing that this year as our labour pool expands, and of course our unemployment rates are gradually increasing as well. So yeah, interesting to see how that plays out this year, and also how those perceptions of confidence change. So let's take a look at some of the hot jobs that we do have on offer. Okay, so first up is a temp role. This one's based in Auckland, so we're looking for warehouse or pick-pack staff, based in East Auckland, and paying from around that $24 per hour as a base rate. For this one, you will need a current forklift license and, of course, some experience in general warehousing, particularly in receiving and dispatching goods. If this sounds like you and you're looking for some new work, get in touch with Scott Bannister from our team here in Auckland. Okay, and then on the perm front, we've got another role from Auckland. So this one's a marketing coordinator position, paying between that $60,000 to $75K. For this one, they're looking for a broad range of skills to be able to support the team. So you will need some experience specifically in delivering strategic marketing plans, as well as, as I said, a broad skilled set. So if you've got experience in InDesign, Photoshop, as well as website and management knowledge and experience, that's going to put you in good stead for this role. If you're interested in this, get in touch with Julia Yen to find out more, as well as other marketing and communications opportunities that may be available at the moment. Okay, so let's take a look at our UK jobs. So it's a legal secretary position. This one's a perm role, paying between £20,000 to £35,000. This one, they're particularly looking for someone with IP experience or experience within that sector. If you're interested in making the move to the UK and have legal secretary experience, get in touch with Alia, who's looking after this role. But of course, if you're wanting to make the move, get in touch with anyone at the team here, and we can set you up to have a good chat about opportunities in the UK with our great team in London. Okay, now let's have a look at our job of the week in Australia.
We are currently recruiting for a boutique law firm based in the Perth CBD. They are looking for an experienced legal assistant to join their litigation team. The role will be supporting the managing partner across litigation, as well as 3 other lawyers. Some of the duties will include, but not limited to, printing, formatting and amending documents using style guides, preparing and filing court documents, preparing correspondence. To be successful in this role, it is essential that you have previous experience using excellent computer skills, especially using Word, experience working as a legal assistant, and also experience filing court documents. It is desirable that you have experience using billing, but they are happy to train. But what's in it for you? Working in the heart of the CBD in modern offices, a highly competitive remuneration is offered, join an independent and respected boutique law firm, and as well have a supportive work environment with a work-life balance. If this sounds like the role for you, please get in touch.
Now, this is a great time of year, very exciting, as we've just released our latest employment and salary trends report, the P2P post. And we have Manish here today to help us out. Thanks for joining us, Manish. What's the value of the P2P post? How can it help employers retain and attract the right talent for their teams this year?
Kia ora, Shannon. Thank you for the introduction. Yes, of course, Frog Recruitment are very excited to announce the launch of our 2024 P2P post, which is our employment and salary trends market report. Following the very volatile market of 2022, and we had a lot of uncertainty and skill shortages that followed in 2023. Now we feel like the market stabilized a little bit, and it's gone back to maybe normal's not the right word, but maybe it's stabilized a little bit. Power in the recruitment process is definitely shifting away from job seekers, at least when compared to the last 2 years. So I believe now is the time where employers must be wary of that, but also must reassess their value proposition, how they can advertise their role differently, or what extra they can add into their role in terms of value to the employee to attract and retain top talent and remain competitive in a very dynamic labor market. This year's market report is going to contain upcoming trends in recruitment. It's gonna talk about evolving expectations of job seekers and prevalent labor market patterns. It's also going to furnish remuneration insights to obviously inform your hiring strategies. It's going to give you an idea of what range is very common across the market for a particular type of role, and all the information is going to be very up to date and very accurate across New Zealand.
Yeah, fantastic. It's interesting from the confidence or hiring manager confidence ratings from before. So I think towards the end of last year, we thought, oh, great, there's suddenly all these candidates on the market. It's going to ease pressures. But the reality hasn't quite been the same. So, yeah, interesting to see that. I think employers are realizing that there's still a bit of work to do. They have to work hard on their employee value proposition and how they're engaging their employees to be able to attract and retain talent in the year ahead. So still very much a challenge. Now, you mentioned salary information there. What kind of specific salary information or workplace trends can we expect to see in this year's release?
Sure. We are now in the 12th iteration of the document. So over the last 11 years, 12 years, we've had a lot of time and experience around curating this document. So we've done a lot of trial and error. We've sort of improved our research and how to collect and showcase this data accurately. This year's iteration is going to have employment and salary report, and it's going to be around workplaces around New Zealand, Australia, and the UK. This year, our report is focused on the state of talent attraction, what job seekers identify as driving factors in their job search. So it's kind of looking at it from the back end and going, okay, this is what is very popular in the market at the moment with job seekers. So why don't we provide that or incorporate that into a system where it can be very attractive to job seekers, and also the many challenges that pop up in the conversation around flexibility, which is still a touchy topic, but it's definitely making its way into the workplace prominently, looks like.
Yeah, I think that flexibility and including the ability to work remotely is something it's here to stay. And even though the kind of pressures are balancing up, it's still something that's really important to a lot of job seekers and employees. But as we look through, I think it's really important to keep your finger on the pulse with what's important to your workforce, because it's ever changing, and you might think, right, we've put these things in place, we're in a good position to be able to attract and retain, and then the goalposts change and it's something new that's increases in importance. So really, really important to stay up to date with those trends. Now, if you're an employer or perhaps an employee in a senior role and you're wanting to get your hands on a copy of the report, how can they do so?
So our 2024 report is available to hit your desk if you and your business are wanting to get a copy of the report. You can visit www.frogrecruitment.co.nz. So that's our website. You can go on there and you can make it available for yourself. You can also call us on 0800 GO FROG or scan the QR code on the screen now, and one of our recruitment consultants will deliver the report in person to you. More than happy to take questions and cover topics that you might be interested in. Like Shannon spoke about before, one of the more interesting topics is what employers really sort of think that the job seekers are looking for, and what job seekers have said to us that they are looking for in terms of what they look for in a role. So there can be quite a bit of disparity. It'll be very interesting to see what this year's verdict is.
Excellent. And again, I think one of the biggest value that our customers get from this report is actually that those conversations that it brings up and being able to compare your experience with others in the market as well. Thanks so much for that. Looking forward to going out there and visiting our clients with you and bringing out the P2P post. Let's have a look at the social media poll results. Okay, so last week we asked, in the last 12 months, has your workplace introduced new diversity and inclusion initiatives? Wow, this is quite a depressing result actually, and not what I was expecting. So only 10% said they have. We'll be generous and add, and the 20% said no, they're not new initiatives, but they've updated ones that were already in place. But a whopping 70% said no, that hasn't been a focus this year. I do always like to be glass half full, so maybe that means that they already had some good ones in place already. But again, I'd love to hear your experiences and what you've noticed, and if DEI has been a focus for your organization in the last year or so. Okay, and for this week, we're asking, how confident do you feel about securing a job in your desired industry in the next 6 months? So again, the results that we've be interesting to see if the results that we've seen already in job seeker confidence are already starting to shift, or if it's different in your industry. So again, we'd love to see the comments, and if you can put what industry you're working in as well, can give us some valuable insights. Well, that is it for today's show. So we'll leave things there, but thank you so much for joining us. As always, we love to hear your comments, and look forward to seeing you again next week. Ka kite anō.